Our Better Business Bureau helped us avoid losing thousands of dollars to a loan modification scam.
My BBB helped me find a mechanic I can trust.
My BBB helped our company show support for high ethical standards in the communities we serve.
My BBB helped boost my company's online presence and brought in new customers.
Find out what your BBB can do for you at www.bbb.org.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Hello Cleveland, welcome to City of Cleveland TV 20's Consumer Trends. I am Errol Porter, and once again I'm happy to be here. Of course, each month we provide you with best practices and recommendations when purchasing goods and services here in the City of Cleveland, and also talk about what's trending in your lives and mine as consumers here in the great City of Cleveland. And of course, every month we bring you great guests and great information, and it hasn't changed today. Today we have from the Phoebe Foundation, the presenters of a program called The Game of Life. And sitting here with me today is Sharon Murphy Williams, director of the Phoebe Foundation, and Stacy Hutchinson, principal of High Tech Academy. I want to welcome you both to Consumer Trends.
Good afternoon.
I got it, didn't I?
You got it.
Sharon.
You did.
So Sharon, real quick, the Game of Life is a program that's being presented by the Phoebe Foundation with the support of Tri-C and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Tell us a little bit about first what the Phoebe Foundation is all about, and let's take us right into what the Game of Life program represents.
Okay, the Phoebe Foundation is a nonprofit financial literacy agency. What's that mean? We teach financial wellness. We help people get better with their money, build relationships with their money. The Game of Life. The Game of Life is because for the last 13 years, we've always focused on adults. And what we know is that the generations beneath us are our tomorrow's future. So creating the Game of Life, which is a game-changing financial summit. It's free. Thanks to our partners at Tri-C, High Tech Academy, Ms. Stacy Hutchinson, we will be there on September 12th offering good money practices to our youth today as well as to the parents.
Now, where does this derive from? Is this something that just was developed just now, or it's a program that's been implemented for some years?
It's been a program that's been there for over 13 years. I taught at South High School for 10 years, and through the collaboration with Third Federal Bank, which was the funders of that program, it was how do we teach youth to apply real life practices and their money. So we created the Game of Life, and that's really how that came about.
Now let's talk about the role of High Tech Academy and Principal Stacy Hutchinson. It's about your involvement in the Game of Life.
Well, our involvement was established about a year ago with Executive Director Sharon Murphy Williams in regards to the Phoebe Foundation to invite her business to come in and share money matters so we can help our students be financially responsible, if you will. So it worked really, really well last school year, and she did such a phenomenal job that we wanted to invite her back to do some consulting again with our students for the upcoming school year. And we're able to launch that by way of hosting a opening youth summit on September 12th. So I did want to share a little more information in regards to High Tech Academy. That was established in 2000 through the Cleveland Metropolitan School District in collaboration with Cuyahoga Community College, the Metro campus to be more specific. And what that is an innovative dual enrollment school-based program that permits high school students to be both a high school student and a college student at the same time. So they're building their college transcript while they remain on track for high school graduation purposes. So we like to think of ourselves as good students stewards to turn out young, productive young people, and Phoebe Foundation is just another component to allow us to establish other resources for our young people of Cleveland.
I think it's a great thing. I remember back when I was in, even as far as elementary, junior high and high school, it's one thing that I never was mentioned in any of my classes was the importance of good credit and making sure you protect your credit and all that. So going into college, we went crazy with our phone cards and our very first student credit card and went bananas and didn't realize the implications and the impact that would have on us later. Can you explain why you decided to make sure this is something that's important, that's instilled in our students?
Because over my years, my background was originally with Dun & Bradstreet. And so understanding that whole dynamics of credit matters. Credit was the determining factor. It no longer was how much money you had. It was how good is your credit. That our youth, without any information, it was going to happen to you. Everyone in the United States, 18 years or older, has a credit report, whether you create it or it creates itself. And it's a deciding factor of jobs, employment, housing, education. You know, one of the reasons we really were excited about partnering with High Tech Academy is these students are college bound. But if we don't help their parents get financially ready, credit worthy, these kids could be credit bound but denied because we can't financially cover or sign behind their names, behind their academic excellence. We can't, behind the Parent Plus loan, which is now a requirement, we can't get our kids to school. So knowing that our today's kids are our tomorrow's keepers, I thought, you know, I want life to get a little easier as I get older. So I need the people that are going to be responsible for me to be prepared and equipped to do those things.
And you're at High Tech Academy, as you notice some of the students who are being implemented in this program also. When they take this program, I mean, being financially responsible kind of goes a long way with how you're responsible with other aspects of your life also. Have you noticed a change in your students because of this?
I have, and it's about giving them the best foot forward. That's what High Tech Academy is all about. But we find that as students transfer their credits on to another 4-year college or university, that they find themselves getting into trouble because, as you previously mentioned, the first time they're able to establish credit is in college. Right. And they target our young people, you know, pretty much. So we have to make sure that we arm them with as much information for them to be responsible as possible. But in regards to the Phoebe Foundation specifically, our young people, by word of mouth, when you get a teenage student come to you to ask, when is Sharon Murphy-Williams and her team coming back, is great information. I went home to share such and such with my mom or dad. Those are the kind of people that we want to have come back because it reaches them. When they regurgitate to us what they learned, that's how we know we're on the right track, and we wanted to continue some of that work.
That's absolutely awesome. So the Game of Life, a free financial game-changing summit, September 12th, 2015. That's this year. That's on a Saturday,
yes,
I presume. All right, at Tri-C Metro Campus. That's 2900 Community College Avenue. And it's report straight to the auditorium, and that's where everything's going to take place at. When I walk in here that day, I'm a student. It's a game changer. What's going to change about me after I walk out of this place? What's going to happen when I get there?
Your mind. What's going to happen when you get there? You're going to be greeted by a whole lot of people. You're going to be greeted by some young people that look like you. We have a youth board called Youth Above Statistics, and there are youth that have already participated in summits like this that are giving them the opportunity to understand, here are some chances. We're giving away $10,000 in scholarships. We're giving opportunities for between 25 and 40 kids to shadow or intern. So if those things don't change your game, then we don't know what else will. But we expect that when they leave, that we won't have to speak so much about the next summit that we will be doing, that they will become our mouthpiece.
Right. Yeah. And one of the things I see in big red letters is free, 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 free. Yes. So there's no excuses when it comes to September 12th about, I can't afford it. No, everything is free. Registration, 14 to 19 years old. You have free Parents Wealth Building Workshop.
Yes.
And tell us about the Parents Wealth Building Workshop.
Parents Workshop is critical. We have 150 seats just for parents. Why? For the parents and the teens. For one, we want to bridge a relationship where we start talking about money as a family. Let's talk about how do we generationally build wealth. But also, parents, if you want your children to do better, they're emulating you. Let us teach you how to get some things better. Not always different, just sometimes better. And if you know how to save, maybe you need to learn how to invest. If you know how to invest, you might need to learn how to diversify. So there's always something, and no one's financial status is promised nor secure. So you need to know, how do you operate in the season you're in? So that's what we are also, offering to our parents. Come out. We have banks, partners that are going to be talking about home ownership. We're providing free legal counsel. So it's something for everyone, even if you are an organization. Come get the information and take it back home. It's free, and information is to be shared, and we believe that.
Now tell us about some of the other entities that are involved, some of the banks that are going to participate.
One of High Tech Academy's partners, which has collaborated with us in the game of life, is PNC. Yeah. We have First National Bank, which is here in Cleveland. Fifth Third Bank is one of our collaborative partners. Our funders have been Forest City Enterprise, United Black Fund. We are just, and then we have a lot of families who have said, tell us what you need us to do. We have some organizations that are donating our copies. And so our support, though Phoebe we've been a game changer, that's certain. We've helped with over $500 million in mortgages being established right here in Cuyahoga County. We do nothing alone. We do it always with the likes of a High Tech Academy, where the passion that we have for change and for betterment of people, as long as it's shared, then there's a relationship to be had.
Absolutely, and that relationship with High Tech Academy, you all will be the host, the gracious host that day.
Yes, we will. That day, and hopefully summits to follow.
All right, so, we appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for what you guys are doing in the community also, and once again, thank you for all the sponsors and the supporters of your event that's making that happen. That's a great subject we talked about. What we're talking about now is a financial stability while you're living, which is a great thing. But at some point, we're going to have to cross over to the other side. And when we get there, we have to be also responsible also. And hopefully we took care of our business beforehand, and our loved ones back at home that are laying us to rest won't go through a whole lot of issues because we didn't plan in advance. Here to talk about that is the Cleveland Memorial Society, who will share the importance of family planning for funeral arrangements. When we come back right here on the City of Cleveland's Consumer Trends.
Parents, we are the drug-free majority, with passion, heart, and dreams.
We are the voice that can be heard and seen.
But when the road gets rough and we don't know what to do,
we turn to you for guidance, support, and love.
It's the heart in your message.
The heart in your message.
It's the heart in your message
that impacts our dreams.
You give us the power to chant,
yell,
influence,
and educate.
You drive the passion and motivation
that keeps the beat
of the pounding devotion within.
It's your guidance
that tells us what's right and wrong,
okay and not okay.
That guidance is more important now than ever before.
Please protect us.
Sometimes even from ourselves.
Keep us safe by hosting parties free from alcohol and other drugs.
It's your inspiration that tells us
you're gonna be great.
You're gonna be inspiring.
You're gonna make a difference.
We ask you to help us spread the message.
Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
Hello and welcome back once again to Consumer Trends. I am Errol Porter, your host, and we are back with Bill McCullum, the president of the Cleveland Memorial Society. And could you quickly explain what the Cleveland Memorial Society is?
Well, we were founded in 1948 in Cleveland by a group of people at First Church Unitarian downtown. And it's a very simple concept. Our members, we have currently about 3,500 members. We negotiate on their behalf with various funeral homes that we contract with, and we have a 3-year contract at the moment, for dignified, simple, low-cost burial or cremation. So the cremation today is $755, and the burial is $895, and that's complete. Takes care of everything. Now, if you want an obituary in the newspaper, that's extra, If you wanted a death certificate, that's $25 or something extra. But those are the only extras beyond the basic fee that you pay at time of death.
Right. It's sort of a funeral co-op, kind of?
Well, in a sense, it's a buyer's club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could call it that. But we've grown over the years so that we now have, on our website, we have a lot of information about end-of-life issues. Mm-hmm. Because really what we're about is compassion for your family. Right. We're concerned that people who are in a state of grief when a loved one passes on or hops the twig or whatever expression you want to use, you're not in a good position to bargain or to negotiate with someone. And so if you go into a funeral home cold, you're in a sense at their mercy because your emotions are so involved in it that you really can't make terrifically sound financial judgments. And so that's really what we do ahead of time. And so it's a great thing for your family and it's compassionate for them if you plan your own funeral ahead of time. Now we say don't prepay, but we say what you should do is if you're a member of our society, which is a one-time membership fee, $25, puts you in for life. Right. Okay. Now, were you to die, and let's say you're in Florida, and you're a member of our society, we also are an affiliate of the Funeral Consumers Alliance, which is a nationwide group, and we have various other affiliates in other places. So were you to die in Miami, we have an affiliate down there who will take care of you for the best possible price that can be negotiated in Miami.
That's one thing, those three words, once again, you talk about, and three words that ring out to me is the simplicity, economy, and dignity.
Dignity is very important to us, sure.
Now real quick, the simplicity of the thing. Sometimes when we pass away, I guess we do get carried away, our emotions and everything, and the funeral doesn't become simple anymore. It becomes sometimes we may go a little overboard with where we really need to lay someone to rest, and you all kind of bring that back down to some kind of perspective of, hey, just keep it simple and keep it simple and dignified.
Well, in fact, Ohio is one of the few states where you can still bury people in your backyard. Believe it or not, yeah. And now, it may not do much for your property values when you come sell a house if grandpa's buried out there, but that's how people used to treat the dead, and they would wash them and shroud them, and after a period of waiting or mourning or waking, which you would, they would bury them wherever they could. When the Civil War came about, all these young men were killed in Virginia, and they had to be brought back to Michigan or to Ohio or to New England. And that's when the embalmers came in, and that's when things started to get more complicated. And
now, you're working with funeral homes all over the country.
Well, we actually only negotiate with funeral homes. We have 12 funeral homes in the Cleveland area.
Now, what's the criteria? Why those 12?
Well, we met with them, and they are willing to contract for a $755 cremation. And what do they get by contracting with us? We give them a certain amount of business. Okay. All right, so if we have a fellow, let's say in Toledo, or we have a fellow out in Port Huron, we're not going to sign up. He knows that we won't sign up another director within 25 or 50 miles of his area. So we have directors in various geographical places.
Right, and also you provide some aid in, let's say you're a donor, and you provide some type of aid in the bequest of body or anatomical gifts. You talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is another thing. The only thing that's less expensive than what we do is if you donate your body to science. Right. And it goes to the university hospitals. If you talk to them ahead of time, they will sign you up for a program where your body can be used anatomically by medical students, and they will harvest what organs are going to be donated to someone else. And then after the medical school is through with you, they cremate you and you're buried at Lakeview Cemetery. They have a big open grave with a very nice plaque on it. That's free. They will come and get you and take you on death to the hospital, and you'll be into that program. Now the problem with that program is that they don't tell you is they won't take you under certain circumstances. They don't take you if you're ugly. They may not take you if you're obese. They may not take you if you died in a horrible automobile accident or something. So it's always good to be a member of the Memorial Society as a fallback position, so that if all of a sudden people say, oh man, he's ugly, I'm not going to take that guy, you know, then you at least have the guarantee that you're a member of our society, so you can go into those funeral homes. Right. Now the average cremation, the average burial, let's say the median in Cleveland is around $3,000. So half of them are less than that and half of them are more than that, and can be considerably more. I mean, it can cost you $15,000, $20,000 frequently. And so we believe that that ought to be saved for the living. Not everyone feels that way, and I think that's fine. And I appreciate the fact that in America we have such a diversity of people and opinions. That's fine. But for certain people, it really makes sense to be a member of our society, because then you have the option of, you can avail yourself of this low-cost alternative.
This is a touchy subject, and something that a lot of us are afraid of sometimes. I mean, we don't want to really prepare to pass on. How do you get some of these people to get over that fear and then let them know that this is necessary?
It's very difficult, and I think the most important thing is to talk to your loved ones. You really got to talk to your family and let them know what you want. Just share that. And people really don't like to talk about death, and I don't know why, but it's a subject that we have all shied clear of, and none of us thinks it's going to happen to me. We're trying to change that mindset. So we go out into the community and we speak at various functions, and we'll talk at nursing homes and at hospice and so on, and try to help people make these kinds of decisions ahead of time, whether it's a living will or a document that talks about your medical care towards the end of life and things of that sort. We also have all those forms, and we're fairly knowledgeable about those things and can help people in those situations.
When I go, I want to be buried right in City Hall's rotunda. Thank you very much. Is that available, right? That can happen?
Yeah, sure.
That can happen with a lot of white doves and TV-20 banners all over the place. Thank you very much. So real quick, where can people find more information about
We have a website, clevememorialsociety.org, yeah.
Info at clevememorialsociety.org, and I have that information here, 21600 Shaker Boulevard. That's Cleveland, Ohio, and the phone number is 216-751-5515. That's 216-751-5515 for all the information you need about the Cleveland Memorial Society. And it's such great information. We appreciate what you guys are doing, and definitely making it a lot easier.
Having this opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's always it's a hard time. And if any time it can be a little bit easier and more economical, and that's always a great thing for those of us left behind who have to make all of the arrangements. So please, while you're alive, give them a call and get some consultation on the Cleveland Memorial Society, so we'll be able to go out in style, because I'll be leaving them out of here in about 30 more years. I got 30 more years. Will I still be the host of Consumer Trends in 30 years? Just a little bit of wrinkled, but if I'm wrinkled and I'm ready to go, I will be prepared, because I have you guys on my side. Right? And we appreciate you. Once again, I want to thank you, Mr. Bill McCullum, for joining us here on Consumer Trends. And we come back, as always, we have John Mahoney joining us to close things out. Don't go anywhere. This is the City of Cleveland TV20's Consumer Trends.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just throwing your empty bottle in the garbage.
Don't you know plastics go in the blue container?
Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland are committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and green through the use of the city-issued trash and recycling carts. It's safe, convenient, and mandatory. For more information, contact the Cleveland Division of Waste Collection at 216-664-3717.
How did you get to be so smart?
I had a good teacher.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
All right, welcome back to Consumer Trends TV20. I'm Errol Porter, and of course, as always, we close things out with Administrative Manager from the Office of Fair Housing and Consumer Affairs, John Mahoney. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Once again, it's great topics today, and when you talk about the difficulty of planning for death, and then the difficulty of being financially responsible during life, to expand a little bit more on that.
Sure. Your financial knowledge throughout your life can affect every part of it. So we want to start with the kids, get them some good information, a good base for them, get them knowing how to be an adult, how to become an adult financially so they can protect themselves against things. And then, of course, as you age, you're looking toward the end, and that's a big expense. And if you're not ready and your family's not ready, you can make some decisions that are going to put you in the poorhouse just to bury a loved one because you're so upset and you want to make everything perfect. So having someone on your side to help you get a good service, get what you pay for, and not going overboard, because I'm sure the loved one who passes on doesn't want you spending $30,000 on a funeral when that money can go to help the family and do some other things. So it's important for us just to always be knowledgeable about what we're doing, whatever stage in life we're in. And we hope to do that. And if people have questions, they can call our office, 216-664-4529, speak to our investigators and everyone, and we can give you information on the people you talked to today. And we're just glad to give information out to people and try to educate them as best we can. I
appreciate you so much, and thank you once again for joining us. Don't forget, the Game of Life presented by the Phoebe Foundation will be September 12th at Tri-C Metro. And we want to thank Sharon Murphy-Williams, the director of the Phoebe Foundation, and Stacy Hutchinson, the principal of High Tech Academy, for joining us here today. Also, we'd like to thank my man, Bill McCullum, board president for the Cleveland Memorial Society. And don't forget, give them a call, clevelandmemorialsociety.org, to find out all the information you want to know about preparing for a funeral in case of your demise. Once again, I hope I don't go out anytime soon, but I'm going to be preparing, and I will be calling these people. Thank you once again for joining us right here on the City of Cleveland TV 20. See you next time. I'm Errol Porter, and we are